One for you. I guess you had all the confidence, you were showing all the right things leading in, and then you delivered the performance. So how happy are you right now?
I'm so happy, now I feel like I've earned my place and I don't have to be afraid to get in there. I should do it with courage and bravery, and I feel like I showed that tonight. I stood in front of him for 15.
Yeah, I know you were kind of confident this would probably go all 3 rounds, and that's what you were expecting given his durability. Did you feel at any point, though, that you hurt him or had him on the ropes or anything?
Yeah, right before the fight, when I was backstage, GSP called. He's like, listen, you're better than him everywhere. He's like, but you're going to have to do it for 15 minutes nonstop. He's like, you can't take a break in there. He's like, this guy is hard to put away. He's very experienced. He hits hard. He's like, so you got to be on your game for 15 minutes straight. I believe in you. You can do it. You're in great condition. I felt like I was hurting him. I cut him up. I saw early in the fight, one of his right eye was getting, his left eye was swelling. And then in the third round, I think, or the second round, I cut his other eye from right under his eye. And I think he was wearing the damage a lot more than me. And a lot of the times I was blocking most of the shots. I think the stats are like, I landed 50-something%. He landed like 20-something%.
Yeah. How much of a confidence booster is it to get a phone call from George St-Pierre as you're about to walk out?
It's great confidence booster. I love to have him a part of the team. We just called him now backstage, and the first thing he said, he's like, "Man, you got a nice jab, baby." So I was really happy with that. I told him I stole his jab, basically, I'm copying his style. And no, it's really cool to get a call from him.
Yeah, we just had Charles Jourdain in here, and he was kind of making the pitch for UFC to come back to Montreal. Do you feel between you, him, Marc-Andre Barrial, there's enough to support a card there?
I think so, man. I think now with this big win, 5 in a row for me, and he got a nice finish, guillotine against a very tough veteran. Victor Henry's no joke. His first fight, Charles' first fight at bantamweight, they gave him a good test. They didn't play around with him, and I think he earned the spot on the Montreal card, and so did I.
You see some of these guys who go on these winning streaks at bantamweight, like a Jonathan Martinez, he won 6 in a row, got Jose Aldo, Mario Bautista, same thing. Do you think you're in position to get, maybe not Aldo, but a big name like that?
Yeah, I'm hoping that, it'd be nice on Tuesday I wake up and I'm in the top 15. If not, a big name that's in the top 15 would be great too. I got to talk to Faraz and, talk with Sean Shelby. What's a good timeline for us to come back? Maybe they are coming back to Canada early in the year. If they do, I'd like to be there. Things to figure out. It's never been easy for me to book a fight, but I got 2 in this year and hopefully 2 or 3 next year.
Congrats on the win tonight.
Thank you.
First of all, just how tough is Pedro Munhoz? Because you hit him with the head kick, you hit him with the right hands, and he just wouldn't go away.
Man, that guy's built to fight. That guy is a warrior. If this was 1,000 years ago, he'd be on the front lines, collecting scalps. He's a tough guy. Also very sweet. I actually thanked him in the ring after the fight. I told him, it was great. We didn't need any trash talk to make this fight big. And I really appreciate him. And he told me, he's like, of course, I'm an athlete. I have nothing but respect for my fellow opponents. So yeah, me too.
Great to hear. And, this has been a much better night for Team Canada, especially the men so far. So did you kind of keep an eye on that while you were getting ready?
Yeah, I was watching the fights backstage. I was really happy for Jourdain. That's the one I watched the most. And, I thought he won round 1. Clearly, I thought he won round 1. And I was really expecting him to throw a flying knee when he was backed up against the fence, but he didn't do it too early. He did it later. But, and I was worried for him when he had his back taken. But, he's a veteran. He's been in there with some of the best guys, and he kept his head cool and calm. And when there was an opportunity, he sunk in a good choke.
When we had the Q&A on Friday with some of the UFC commentators, they were asked about what's your sleeper pick, and your fight came up as maybe a sleeper pick for the card, and I think that has to do with maybe you have a lower profile with some fans. They might know Pedro a little more, but do you think you're getting to the point now where you're not going to be a sleeper, you're going to get over with those fans?
Yeah, of course, and I'm hoping, I took some of his fans, not steal them from him, but hopefully some of them now recognize my skill. I think this is like a world-class opponent for me, Pedro Munhoz. He's fought only the best of the best. The guys who beat him are all ex-champions or guys on their way to be champion. So I'm in a nice group of guys who are very talented and very skilled, and I feel like now I'll get a lot more recognition.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats, Aiemann. Coming into this fight, what kind of tendencies were you kind of choosing to attack with Pedro Munhoz coming into this fight? What was the game plan coming in?
Well, the game plan was obviously not to let him hit me with any bombs. And then I wanted to make sure that he never landed his big right hand. We knew he had a lot of power in that right hand, and we needed to shut it down as soon as possible. I didn't want to give up too many leg kicks. I think only I gave up a few. And those are the real things that we're looking out for. And in terms of offense, really the game plan, I wanted to go in there. I wanted to tie him up and clinch him. But he has faster footwork than I expected. I didn't think he would be that fast on his feet to escape. So every time I tried to close the distance, he kept a good range.
Was it a thing where you had to kind of tread carefully early in the fight, and then, you know, where you could open up maybe more so in rounds 2 and rounds 3? Your straight right hand was landing at will. It did cause some damage on Pedro's face as well.
Yeah.
It's something that you found pretty early in the fight and continue to work on it.
I've seen him hurt guys on the tape that we watched, and I wasn't going to get hurt early. You know, 80% of knockouts happen in the first 2 minutes of the first round. And when you're going in against a power puncher, it's not smart to go and slug out with him in the first couple of minutes. So as the fight goes on, you know, you start to build that confidence, you start to get warm, you know, and then you can really take a chance and trade a little bit more.
Obviously, 5 wins in a row means some big fights ahead for you. You know, you talked about wanting to be active, wanting to be like consistency and stuff like that. We spoke at the media day about that. You know, how many fights are you looking for next year? Are you looking to kind of build on the 2 fights this year, maybe get 3 fights and work your way up the rankings as best you can?
Yeah, I'm really happy I got 2 fights in this year, and if I can do 3 fights next year, I'll be over the moon.